good morning. So I'm going to show you guys what I basically eat on a higher carb day, which would be considered a refeed for me. And so stay tuned as I show you what I prepare and also what I eat in a day for the rest of the day, just to show you what a high carb day looks like for me. All right, so here I have my pancakes all nice and done. Yummy, yummy, 4 good sized pancakes. I have some eggs that I already made. They are right here. So they're a mixture of egg white and 1 egg. And I just wanted to share with you guys, these are the power pancakes or the protein cakes that I make. So basically they're 14 grams of protein, and then they're a good amount of carbs, about 30 grams of carbs, so which is great for like a high carb day, and really super easy to make. All you do is get half a cup of this mix, and then you throw it in this little bowl and you mix it with a half cup of water. So it's basically half cup of the protein pancake mix and then a half cup of water. Throw that in here and then mix it all together. And then what I do is I like to add some chocolate chips. So these are some sugar-free chocolate chips, and I add them into my pancakes as they're cooking. And so if you look here, there's about 3 of them in each pancake that I have. And these are all good sized pancakes. So this is super yummy, not too high in calories. So I actually don't mind having this. I suggest you guys try it. They have different brands and stuff, but I do like these pancakes if I'm gonna be having a high carb day. And on my high carb day, I still enjoy a bulletproof coffee, which I've already made here in this lovely cup, which you guys have probably saw before. And don't forget to check out my bulletproof coffee tutorial. I'm showing you what I basically put in it. And so yeah, I'm gonna basically now eat this with some maple syrup. I'm gonna hang out with my daughter and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna enjoy breakfast together. And then another quick thing, so later on today, I'm gonna show you this chicken balsamic. It's an Instapot recipe. I believe I have it in one of my meal prep tutorials, so you can go check out the recipe there. But today, I'm letting it thaw out. Gonna let it hang out in my Instapot container over here, and I'll probably cook it in a couple hours, and then I'm going to show you how I roast some Brussels sprouts in the oven, and a little fun topping I have. So stay tuned and continue to follow me along on my what I eat in a day journey. All right, so I'm back, finished my nice breakfast. So just to let you know, it's when I ate, it was about 12 o'clock. So you saw Delilah eating her lunch and I was eating my breakfast because I was still doing the intermittent fasting like I've explained in my previous videos. I intermittent fast until about 12, and then I come home and I basically eat my breakfast, and then I eat dinner later on. I still keep my calorie intake the same. It's just I'm prolonging my fasting time, and so I eat at 12, come home and eat my breakfast because breakfast is one of my favorite meals. So that's what I like to do. I like to keep it nice and simple and eat what I really like. And yeah, I've been loving the intermittent fasting journey of it. So even though today was a high carb day, I still stick to the intermittent fasting. So here is the chicken balsamic recipe. Like I said, I made this in a previous video that you guys may have saw before. So all I'm doing is dumping this in here. It's a frozen make-ahead meal, very Instapot friendly. It's also slow cooker friendly. And I'm just kind of dumping it in. It's still semi-frozen. I just kind of let it thaw out just enough to where it's easily able to pull out of the bag. And I'll go over what I put in it if you just happen to miss that video, but you can go ahead and check it out. I will link it somewhere above, so you can just click on that and then it'll take you to that meal prep video. But basically, I added about maybe 2 pounds of chicken breast and then 1 whole bottle of balsamic vinaigrette. So I dumped that into the Ziploc bag along with the chicken. I have some herbs from my garden, so I used rosemary, thyme, and oregano. But if you don't have, you know, an herb that just happens to be outside in your backyard, then you can go ahead and use an Italian spice blend. You can get one of those packets, or simply just get like 2 tablespoons of Italian spice and just throw that into the frozen Ziploc bag like this. And then, so like I said, I basically dumped in the chicken, dumped in the balsamic, and then I dumped in my sprigs of herbs, which you can still see right here. They're still intact. And then I think I even added some basil in there. And then I added about a tablespoon of minced garlic, but go ahead and you can just even throw like 2 cloves and that'll be fine. You don't even have to chop them up. And then I added about maybe 1 cup of mushrooms. And so all that was just thrown in, and as you saw, it was like this big frozen block. So I let that thaw out for about 2 hours, just enough so where I can just kind of push it out, as you saw, and just throw it into my Instant Pot container. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash my hands really quick because I got raw chicken all over it, just trying to push this out. So you gotta keep it nice and clean when you're doing this stuff. So I'm gonna go wash my hands and I'll be right back. And I'm back. So now I got this container. I'm just gonna walk back over here, dump it into my Instant Pot right here. And I'm gonna put my lid on. Make sure that you have this plastic ring in. Sometimes I forgot that a couple times. You turn your knob back here onto the, I believe it's the venting, or no, I'm sorry, the sealed function. I'm gonna press poultry. I want it to cook longer than 15 minutes because it's frozen, so I go all the way to 40. So about 40 minutes, that should be enough for this recipe to cook. So it's on the 40-minute timer. Once it beeps, it starts counting backwards. So it'll go 39, 38, 35, 36, 37, and so on. Another thing that I'm doing is I am making rice. So I make that big pot of rice right over there somewhere, as you can see behind me. And I basically, I think it's about maybe 3 or 4 cups of rice. And I make that, and then once it's done cooking, I put it in a bigger container and I store that in the fridge. So pretty much I already have my rice made for the week, and then I have a bunch of meal prep freezer meals that I already have inside my freezer that I just kind of grab, just like as you saw today, throw them in my Instant Pot, cook that. I already made my rice during the week and grab that. And then today, as a side, I'm just gonna make some roasted Brussels sprouts. So stay tuned for that recipe, and I'll show you how I make really yummy, scrumptious Brussels sprouts with a little fun topping on top that you guys probably used during Thanksgiving. All right, so I'm back and they are all done. It's been about 25 minutes, and let me just show you what it looks like. Here are the roasted Brussels sprouts, all nice and done. I took a little bite and they taste pretty good with the mixture of the pomegranate and then the spicy chili. So now I'm just gonna kind of like move them around, get them unstuck. Love it when they're nice and crispy. Let me just pull them off of this. So just toss them around. And then I'm going to re-spread them out all over again. And this time I don't care whether the sides are up or down or not. That does not matter. So now to make sure that they stick, I'm going to be using these little French onions. So this is my little secret fun ingredient. So I have like a whole can left over from Thanksgiving, and these things like last forever. So I just figured it would be fun, since today is my hard carb day, to just kind of like do this little fun meal and have this like as a little treat on top of the Brussels sprouts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some spray oil. I'm gonna spray it, the Brussels sprouts once again. And then I'm going to go ahead and top them with this French onion. And the reason why I'm spraying it is because I want the French onions to stick onto the Brussels sprouts. And even if you just want to skip this part, I mean, this part is like not a must whatsoever, but I just kind of want them to bake on to the Brussels sprouts. And I also don't want them to be too oily, so that's why I'm getting the spray oil, because, you know, we don't want like a ton of grease all over the place. So I'm just gonna spray it again. We're all done. So I'm gonna cook this for like another 5 minutes, just so that the French onions kind of get toasty, and then I'll show you what they look like after. All right, here they are, all done. They might not look the prettiest, but I'm telling you, they are nice and tasty and crunchy with the little roasted French onion on top. So I'm really excited to try this, and I'll plate this up and then I'll show you guys what this looks like. So basically, this is my high carb dinner for the week, and just wanted to show you guys what it looks like to kind of have like a somewhat carb cycle that's a little bit keto friendly, if you're ever looking to have like a day where you're gonna like up your carbs for like a refeed day, or just to kind of set, you know, get your carbs up a little bit and then go back to keto. This would be like a good one because it's not too much carbs. It's just the healthy carbs. And so I just wanted to share with you what this meal looks like and kind of like what I do on my keto cycle with a hard carb day. So anyways, at this point, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to check out my wellness blog at www.littlewellnesscorner.com. I also have a free keto ebook that's in the description box. It's a 2-week plan with some recipes in it. I would love some feedback on it, so go ahead and click on that link and then to go and grab it. And also, if you can, let me know how you like it. So in the meantime, give this a thumbs up, and then I'll show you what this looks like later on. So here's the meal all put together. Here is the balsamic chicken, and then I actually cooked myself some cauliflower rice, but the family's gonna go ahead and have regular rice. And then over here are the lovely Brussels sprouts with the little French onions sprinkled in them. And so you just move this around, you can see some of the herbs, little mushrooms. And then over here, I make homemade kombucha. So this is a blood orange and pomegranate flavored kombucha that I make from home, which I'll be having a tutorial on that pretty soon. So if you guys like what you see, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, because sometimes I do a what I eat in a day. Sometimes I do that in my Instagram stories, or I'll do it like on my Instagram page where you can actually like flip through or whatever. So go ahead and follow me at Little Wellness Corner on Instagram. And then I also have a Facebook page that's also at Facebook/Little Wellness Corner. And then obviously follow me here on YouTube. So this is basically my dinner for the day. Thanks for watching, and thanks for tuning in.